Guys, welcome back to another video. So this week I did not make daily documentaries of my trading. That's because this week was just very tight for me. Today I just came back from work, so I am a little bit knackered, but I just want to do this video to actually update you guys on what happened this week. So basically, this week was just like previous weeks. The losing streak actually continued, and it's very painful for me. I had good opportunities and I took them, but despite being in good profit, they actually came back and took me out for a loss. So I don't know how I'm actually feeling, but I'm not actually feeling I'm not actually feeling happy, right? I took GBP JPY trade and GBP Swiss franc trade on the 5k account, and I took GBP CHF trade, which is GBP Swiss franc trade on the 8k account. So the 5k account, two of them did hit stop loss. The 8k account also hit stop loss. But the most painful part of this is that this trade actually went to profit. Like the 5k account, two of the trades went into combined profit of $100 and something, while the 8k went into profit of about $90 something, but they actually came back and took me out. But the story behind the takeout is very hilarious. So when I took this trade and they went into profit, right, I was hopeful that price is actually going to continue to the downside to hit my target, but that was not the case. In fact, the trade actually reversed, came back to my entry point, and that was where the market closed for that day. So the next day I was hopeful that price is going to continue, but I never knew what was going to happen. So immediately the new day opening candle came up, the spread widened, and that spread hit me out of the trade. In fact, when I woke up and I checked my this, and I saw that price has already taken me out, but at that time the spread had corrected, and I was wondering what could be the case. I thought maybe GFT manipulated me until the trade continued to the upside and hit a level again that I was willing to risk, and I took another position. Price was in about like $70 profit, $80 profit. Yes. Then that the day closed and a new candle also opened. I was awake to actually see what happened, and immediately the new day opened, I saw the spread. Like there was a big gap. Actually, the spread opened up, and that trade went into $100 and something in profit from that $70-$80. I said, okay, this was what happened to me, that I was taken out of the first trade. Now I know. So I held the trade for like additional day. So what I did was remove my stop loss at the end of the day. Like if you are getting to the close of the daily candle, I did actually remove my stop loss and allow the trade to just be. Then the next day when the spread corrects, then I'm going to put the stop loss back, because I don't want that spread to actually hit me out of the trade. So that was how I lost the first trade I had on GC. Then I made another like a re-entry on GC. But all of these trades, the most painful part of it is the commission that I'm paying. On a single trade, I'm paying almost, like at some point I was paying about $20. That was hilarious. The trade will be on $8 profit, but it will be in negative about $12. So you see, they were taken out of my open position. So if the trade goes into, let's assume my stop loss is about maybe $60. It's not actually going to be $60 if price hit the stop loss. So I'm actually going to add like additional $20. That will make it $80. That is that's depending on how many days I hold the trade. So I think this GC is just like a headache. I don't know. Although I'm still holding a position. I'm still holding a position on the same pair. Hopefully we hit take profit. But this second position was also in profit, and now we are break even. But that is not actually break even because I'm down $8. Plus the commission and everything, I'm down like 20 something dollars thereabout, or $20. I'm not actually sure for now, but between that range. So this week was just another bad week, couple of losses, and I'm holding a losing trade also. So I don't know what next week is going to provide. I pray that we get an expansion on on GC so that I can actually see my trade move. I don't know. I don't want to be in that trade. If the trade is not going to work, let it just hit stop loss. Let me just move on. So I'm going to take you to my screen, show you the journal, and show you why I also took those trades. So let's go. So guys, this is the 5K challenge, and if you look very closely, you can see the first two trades I took here. Please don't mind my drawing. Very horrible. You can see the first two trades I took. So you can see that there are losses. Actually there are losses. I lost about $77 on the GBP CHF trade and $46 on the GBP JPY trade. So let me just open the trade and show you what I was looking at. This was on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that we had this sweep of liquidity here, then price dropped, created a relative equal lows here while breaking structure here. So although we have a 4 hour fair value gap and we have a 1 hour fair value gap here, which maybe this is where I made a very big mistake. I should have waited for price to actually come into this, then take a position here, which I did not do. But what I did was to use this 1 hour fair value gap here to actually take the position. And at first, when I took the position at the close of this bearish candle, this was the trigger I used, thinking that price is going to continue, which we did actually continue lower. Then we immediately reversed to mitigate this 4 hour fair value gap here. So this was where price did actually take me out. When price was here, the market closed, and when the new day opened, the spread opened up and hit my stop loss. That was before this up movement, right? That was before this up movement. So I was no longer in the market when this bullish continuation happened, but price just did immediately and took me out. Although after the mitigation of this 4 hour fair value gap, I did actually take another position, which is the one I'm holding. I don't know if price is going to work or not, but I'm going to continue holding this trade. So this one is for the GBP JPY. So the same expansion, that was because the GBP was actually bearish. You can see how we mitigated this higher time frame fair value gap dropped heavily. Then we started to respect this 1 hour. Then we started to respect this 1 hour fair value gap, which is where I took the trade also, and price did actually take me out on this one. So that's how I lost this trade. But let me be honest, I think I did not actually do justice to my trading this week. Like these 1 hour entries, I'm not going to try this again. Like 1 hour entries, I'm not going to try it again. Let me just stick to my 4 hour time frame and do my thing. Yes. So this is like a deviation from my strategy and plan. So I'm not going to try this again. Let me just stick to my 4 hour time frame and do my business. Yeah, you can see how I lost this trade. All these trades they were taking on the 1 hour time frame. That is not my forte. So that's how I lost this trade. Then for the 8K account also, the same thing. The GBP the same thing. That's how I also lost that trade. But I have a re-entry, as you can see here. I have a re-entry here after the mitigation of that 4 hour fair value gap that I showed you. After the mitigation of that 4 hour fair value gap here, I took another entry here. Let me clear something, guys. There's what I want to add to my strategy. If I'm going to trust the 4 hour fair value gap, I'm going to trust it with my heart. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look for a way to actually incorporate pending orders to my strategy. So once I have the conviction that price is going to respect a certain 4 hour fair value gap, after all criteria have been met, then I'm going to try as much as possible to set a pending order on that 4 hour fair value gap and actually wait for price to do its thing. You can see here, if I did set a pending order here, maybe I'll cover this high because this one is too far from the entry point. Maybe cover this high and allow price to actually walk towards the downside. So that's another consideration. What I'm going to do, I'm going to find how I'm going to blend that into my trading. It's not actually difficult. I'm just going to look into it and try to consider it. I'm still holding this trade. Now the current price is actually somewhere here. But trust, I spoke about the spread and the commission they charge. Price is here. I'm down about $8, but the floating loss is actually like $20. I'm going to put the screenshots on the screen so that you guys will see. So let's go to trading view. Let's go to trading view and see this trade. So guys, you can see on my journal, you can see that we are actually here. We are actually here on my journal, but real price action, you can see where we are at the break-even level. And trust me when I say that, even though price is at the break-even level, we are actually in drawdown. And I'm going to actually put that on the screen so that you guys will see. So hopefully, I don't know if price is going to continue lower. I'm just going to hold the trade till next week to see how price actually develops. Hopefully we'll get that continuation, but I don't like this. This is giving bullish. I don't like it. On the weekly time frame, we are actually bearish on the weekly, but the daily is actually giving bullish. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So we are actually bearish. I don't know if we get that continuation of bearishness, it's going to be in our favor. But I don't want my stop loss to be tagged on this one. It's going to actually mess up my psychology because I've taken a lot of losses, and I'm going to actually look inwards, then reflect on these losses and see how I'm going to mitigate further losses. So guys, these are the trades I took this week. Nothing much. because I'm already in drawdown on the 8K account, I'm not trying to rush things. I just want to take everything one step at a time. But the 5K evaluation account, I don't think I'm going to have mercy on that one, but I'm going to make sure I employ proper risk management. But I need to be a little bit aggressive on that one, because there's no need holding that account for a very long time. Yes. So let's continue the video. So guys, welcome back. You have seen the trades that I took. So basically, I've had a lot of losing trades. Yes, but I'm not going to actually change my strategy. What I'm going to do is to look inwards and see what I'm actually doing wrong. There's actually something that I may be doing wrong that I need to correct. Maybe pair selection, because my strategy actually does well in expansion market, and when the market is actually trending, that is when my swing trading model does well. So what I'm going to do is actually look inwards and see if I've been taking trades in a market that is not explosive. That can be a cause for this losing streak, or maybe the market condition entirely is not just favorable, maybe not just for me alone, but for other traders too. But this is what I've just experienced this week, so I'm going to actually look inwards and see how I can actually mitigate this with losing streak. So guys, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Make sure you also turn the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I drop new videos. So guys, if you are wondering the profit my trade, I actually make use of Gold Funded Trader. If it is your first time of purchasing an account with the Gold Funded Trader, please make use of the discount code first GFT for 50% discount. Use the link in this video description. So guys, like I said, I'm not going to change my strategy, but what I can do is look inwards and see how I can actually change my behavior, because I believe that my behavior might be the cause for this losing streak, right? If I notice that the market is not in expansion, I should be able to stay out of the market. That is behavior. So I need to know the limitations of my strategy. Yes, the limitations of, I know that my strategy actually does well in a market that is trending and in expansion. Yes, but what if I'm not able to decipher that? Then it will be a problem, and it can be a carrier or a bearer of this losing streak. So I should be able to determine that. So guys, next week is going to be another new week. I have the opportunity to turn things around if I make the right decision in the market. So I've not done my weekly analysis and pair selection, which I'm going to do maybe later after this video. So guys, this is the end of the video. See you next week, and I wish you a good week ahead. Bye.